now.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. And I'm Novice Quads, and this is
Phantom Flight 101.
yes. We just got back. Well, we did a car show today. Let's just say we shot a car show. Those guys shot the hell out that car show.
Now, being that we're from New York City, when he says we shot the hell out of the car show, we use cameras.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We use video equipment to shoot the hell out of the car show. But anyway, what's going on, Herman? We did it, man. We pulled it off. Kudos. Justin, get your ass in here. We did it, man. We did our first those guys job.
So we're gonna see.
Well, I was looking through the foot. What did you say?
You have pictures?
Pictures?
Yeah.
I have, man, do I have pictures? Yes.
You know what's the only problem that I have with these pictures?
What's that?
I shot with the pocket. And when I shoot with the pocket, I shoot with the pocket the same way I shoot with the Phantom.
Right.
And I shoot in the city light, and it comes out flat and grayish, and I colorize everything myself.
Right.
Being as
you tilt your camera down just a bit so we can catch the top of your drones and your chin is in frame. Oh, or either that or so you can sit back. Yeah.
Well,
that's cool because you were chopping your chin off.
I tried doing this camera thing and tipping it, and it stays for a while, and then it seems to do its own thing every now and then.
Herman needs to get one of those power desks where he pushes a button and they go down, or they
go right.
You know,
but you know what, Herman? I came to realize I had an Osmo Pocket today to shoot the car show that we shot today, and I shot 95% of the footage on my Osmo Mobile 2 with the Samsung S5 camera on it, and the pictures came out flawless. The audio, I told you, I found out the trick. I have to have them on that side of the microphone of the Osmo when I'm interviewing them. But I learned a lot today. It was those guys' first shoot, Paul, and we did our thing there.
Good.
Yeah, we had fun. I mean, it was me, Justin, and Herman.
I think Justin's so tired that he's not going to come in tonight.
He might. Hey, what's up, Al Diaz? How are you, brother? Well, Justin was tired. I was like, yo, right?
What's up, man?
He was like, I'm good. But he was like dragging, and then
he said he wasn't up late last night, so I don't know.
I don't either, but I do know between the three of us, that was the only way we were able to get out of there at the time we did. Because the way you were shooting and the way I was shooting, Paul, when we got there, how many cars would you say were there roughly when you got there? Because we got there about 20 minutes before you.
Well, when I got there, I would like to say there was more than 30 cars there already on like that one side.
Yes, with cars arriving on the minute. With cars arriving on the minute.
Paul, we didn't even shoot all of the cars.
Really?
We do.
There was still cars coming when we were leaving.
Yes, and we left, and what time did you leave? Because we left like a minute or two after. We left about the same time because you went out the exit sign.
Yeah, because when I asked the guy at the gate, like, where's the exit? He looked at me and he was like, I think it's down there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just pull out right
here. Yeah, Paul, we did our thing. I mean, this was the first those guys job, and we sat down. Herman and I sat down, and we discussed what we wanted to shoot, and we still didn't have enough time to do everything we wanted to do.
Wow.
Well, there was only two things I would have liked to have added to the footage, but
Hey, Curtis, what's up, brother?
I can live without it.
Let me get you an invite if you want to come in.
Curtis.
You know, I can live without it. I got the intro, I got my outro, I got the footage. You know, I did a little.
You know what's messed up, Herman? The footage that you shot of the lady with the red Mustang.
Yes.
That footage, I didn't know, and you guys should have put me onto this. I didn't know the Osmo Pocket separates the audio from the picture.
Yep.
No one told me that. So I'm like, what are these audio tracks? And then I click on it. And I'm like, okay, now I have to find the footage that goes with that audio. But my interview of the correction officer, the female correction officer, that footage was shot.
Yeah,
That
I
never
think.
even. Wait a minute, you got that on yours. You have that footage, right, Herman?
Yeah.
Novice, I think that it's a setting in there. You can either have them split tracks or dual track together.
Well, it was my I did a review. Okay, great, Curtis. I did a review on the Osmo Pocket, and I had not had a chance to actually use the Osmo Pocket on a lengthy period of time. And the guy who gave it to me, he barely used it.
Yeah.
He barely used it. There were no fingerprints on the screen. And I had a problem when I cut it on. It was looking up, but then we found out it was in some kind of some waterproof mode. There's supposed to be some waterproof case or something like that. So it looks up like this. So I was shooting down like that, low, and it was. Well, I had problems with the Osmo Pocket today.
How did you? I had a Pocket and I sent it to Val because of my great big mitts. I couldn't. It just didn't. I couldn't get the thingies to do what I wanted to do. My great big hands.
Dude, it was like this. My finger was like trying to press the screen. I got it. You know, once we did get it working.
So it'll never work if you don't want it to,
right? Well, hey, what's up, Chris Hope? How are you? And everyone, welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. My only issue was maybe I needed to sit down with the Osmo and someone show me this is how you do that.
Yeah, practice.
I tell you, the most important accessory for the Osmo Pocket.
Yeah.
Use it as a handheld camera is the control wheel.
Yep.
Well, I agree with you because
hold it with two hands and keep your left hand on the wheel and your right finger on the trigger.
Right, and then you switch the button left to right to go between up and down.
The holder and everything set up. You have the wheel, or if you have the what do you call it? The camera, the light, or the mic on the top.
Yeah,
external mic like we were using today. You can actually do things with it.
Well, you know what? After Paul, to be honest, after I realized I just had to grip it a certain way and then not cover the microphone. Once I did adjust, it was fine.
Yeah.
My only issue was I didn't have the wheel to scroll up and down. And for some reason, I don't know if Jamerson, and I thank you very much, Jamerson, for inviting us to the Queens Classic Car Club. It's a tongue twister all day. I've been trying to say it, but I don't think he's updated it because every now and then, if you notice when you were interviewing the lady who did the red Mustang,
have to update it because.
But hold on, remember you was interviewing the lady with the red Mustang? Yeah. I started over here, and then all of a sudden the lens started moving by itself. So I was like, uh-oh, I can't control it. So let me just go with the flow. And when you finished the interview, I was over here with you guys.
Yeah, yep. We're godfathers here, Roger.
What's up, Roger? How are you? And welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
Hey, Roger, what's going on?
Mateos Drones, thank you very much for the shout out on your video. We appreciate it. Those guys is on and live. Barely. I'm tired as hell.
Well, I tell you this though, Lawrence. Like I said, with the Osmo Pocket, right? So like what we were doing today, you can always hold it body in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other hand on the back of the wheel, and you can move it around and pan and just move it around like this and just do what you have to do. You can look down into the screen.
That's exactly what I was doing. For some reason, it kept going. His Osmo Pocket kept going into waterproof mode. And when it's in that waterproof case, it's designed to tilt forward like a flashlight. So I was doing the car show. I had shot 95%, like I said, with my Osmo and my S5, Samsung S5. And I never usually have to do color grading to that. But the footage that I have on the Osmo, I was aiming it more like a flashlight like this because it kept going back into that mode. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use it like this. The hell with that. And I made it work.
Audio come out.
What happened?
How'd the audio come out?
The audio was clean. The audio was real clean. And surprisingly, the audio was clean on the S5 because they had a DJ there, Paul.
Oh, did they?
So the DJ was playing music. You got people talking in the background. It was a real car show.
Well, the one thing that I thought was crazy was to show you how small of a world we live in. Last week, you remember I told you I had to go to that retirement party.
Mm-hmm.
Where a guy I worked with, he was retiring.
Right.
And I know he's into, cars and stuff like that, and he rebuilds cars for people, and he has a couple of his own. And I know he does a couple of car shows because he used to do the one at Automotive when I was coaching over at Automotive.
Right.
And it's funny, I go to the car show, and here he is at this car show today.
Yeah, Paul, he had ran into a friend that he went to his retirement party. And he was like, yo, you remember that retirement party that I was going to?
Yeah.
The dude. But explain what this guy. Now, Paul, I've never heard of this occupation before in my life. And when Herman told me what this dude do, he pulled up because I got him on footage. I got him rolling in. He had a Camino, an El Camino, and beautiful paint job and stuff. And then he set up a tent in front of the car. I'm like, oh, this guy is for real. He's into his car because he was sitting in the shade under the tent in front of his car with a big banner up with his name on it. But what does he do for a living now?
He's an electrician. But he has so much property down south that he rents out land to farmers.
Yeah, Paul, can you imagine that?
He does what? I don't repeat that.
He rents out land space to farmers to grow on.
Oh, yeah. Roger's landlord does that.
Apparently there's good money in that because he did not look hungry.
No. They do real well. And sometimes they inherit the land, and sometimes they'll buy up a whole bunch of property at an auction or a sale or whatever. And if it's good farmland, they can make a lot of money renting it out to other people to grow on and take care of and everything else.
I've never heard of that occupation. I've never heard of that before. Rent out land to farmers.
Yep.
How cool is that? You can grow whatever you want on it as long as you pay the rent.
Yep.
And it's not illegal.
Yep.
Hey, you're the landlord.
You're the landlord. It's kind of like if somebody wanted to put a racetrack on your land and you didn't want to sell it to them, you just lease it to them. You just lease them the property.
Okay. Well, I thank Jameson Herman like 4 or 5 times, and I told him tomorrow morning I'll send him some pictures. Okay. But here's some of the stuff I did a little let's say, how would I say? Wait a minute, where is it? Oh, I can just go like this. I can go to OBS. I did get a few of the cars.
Okay.
That were old and some of them were new. And I'm gonna tell you something. I made the mistake and almost touched this dude's car and started to get up out of his chair. And I'm like, dude, I didn't touch your car. I just almost grazed against the side of it. It was an old car, but the paint job, it must have had like 3 coats of clear on it or something.
Sure.
Because
Plus the amount of time they spend, even if it's perfect, they buff it out.
This car was actually used in some movie. I think the movie Christine.
Okay.
You remember the movie Christine with the evil car?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be that particular car. But we had a lot of fun, and it was interesting to shoot.
Well,
Hold it.
those guys have a lot of pride in their vehicles too.
Timothy said he's finally pulled the trigger and got the Osmo action. You want to know what? Right now, Timothy, I'm in the process of trying to decide whether I want the Osmo Pocket or the Osmo Action. I would like to go with the Osmo Pocket because it can go in my pocket.
Yeah.
The Osmo Action has stabilization. I noticed today, Herman, when I was walking with the Osmo 2 mobile, it was kind of like a bunny hop, but
Yeah.
I have a cure for that. I can slow down the video and that'll get rid of that little, whoa.
Well, I had the other thing you could have put your handle into, and it would have taken.
Oh, you have the what I call it, the gooseneck thing.
Yeah, Herman, don't you have one, Herman?
Yeah,
I should have asked you to bring it.
I did have it.
Oh shit!
I told you I brought everything with me.
Yeah, well, you must have
because we had enough daylight that the video light wasn't even necessary.
Yeah, we did, and
shining into the cars was enough because the video light couldn't even be seen.
Some of the video footage that I got, I was really happy with, and I'm glad that Jameson asked us to come there and shoot this. Seriously, I'm really glad that he did. I appreciate it. And a lot of the people were like, "Where are you guys from?" They were asking it because they were giving out. People had trophies in the back seat like they were children in the back seat of their car.
Yeah. Yeah.
From all the shows that they wanted.
Hey, Al Diaz, I would love to strap an Osmo Action to a Mega B, but right now I'm working on throttle control. Once I get that down, I'm going to strap a few things to that baby and let her.
And you know what, Paul? There were a few women in this show. I've been to shows where there were women, but not as many as this to, a percentage of guys that were there.
Yeah, there were a few women there that had some bad, that actually one woman that Herman interviewed was, I think her husband left her the car.
Yeah.
That's the one that I interviewed.
It was one of them, but I know the one woman that I was talking to, she told me she did all the engine work herself.
Yeah.
She rolled out the pipes and everything herself. I was like, wow. Okay.
That's impressive. Exactly.
And then she started to kick what was under the hood.
Oh, Curtis.
Hey, what's up, Curtis? How are you guys?
What's good, Curtis?
I have a bit of a dilemma.
Okay.
No drama, nothing like that. Just a bit of a.
I was going to say, if it involves a woman, I'm going to mute myself and go la la la.
No. I figured, man, with all of your experience, no, it's a.
Hey, Mike, we sent you the link, Philly. Mike, they sent you the link already. Just come on in. So what's
up, Timothy?
You heard me, Curtis?
So here is my dilemma. I went out and filmed some footage, and I caught something of a graphic nature, and it involves nature. And I'm debating whether to put this online or not. Now, I want to say by graphic nature as in animals eating animals.
That's touchy. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right,
well,
some knucklehead from PETA can go, look at this guy, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Eating another animal.
Well, now let's back up a second here. That was my first thought, is how is PETA gonna? Because there's also a couple scenes where I am chasing an animal, and I know we should not
like that either.
Well, now here's the caveat, Paul. Does that apply to fish?
Only if the fish seem threatened. But from watching your videos, Curtis, they seem more inquisitive, like they come back and look. Right.
So let me spell out exactly what I have on video, and then you guys tell me what you think I should do.
Okay.
There's this place, we call it the dead zone. It's the last little inlet of Puget Sound. So you guys know where the water comes into Washington State and it makes its way down in. So the very well, there's one more. It's called Mud Bay, but I mean, it's literally a mud bay. But the last waterway is Bud Inlet, and we kind of call it the dead zone because there's nothing down there. and except watches and sunglasses, stupid stuff. And in this video, I take a photo, and you can see that it comes down to a little U shape, and there's a marina on either side where people can walk over, and they lose their stuff all the time. So I thought I'd go down there and see what I can find. Well, I found something that looks like, and all that's left is pretty much the head of either a cat or a very large rat.
Wow.
A couple of my friends said it could be a really big fish, and crab are crawling all over it, eating it.
You know what? Yeah, that's touchy. That's touchy because people are so soft nowadays.
Yeah,
I know.
Well,
You know,
honestly, they've shown programs where crab have eaten whatever on other
can you
programs.
time lapse it?
Can I time lapse it?
Well, I
What
mean,
do you-
if you were on the subject long enough and you could time lapse it, you might be able to get away with it. But once people identify what it is that's being eaten,
I don't think you can identify it though. I can show you. I can show you a
go
clip
ahead,
right.
put it up on here.
All right,
No
I'm
one's
gonna.
gonna complain here, and if you
They've shown that before on other under the sea programs where they've shown like crabs eating stuff in the sea.
right,
and I think don't they say that this is how the sea cleans up after itself?
it is.
So this is exactly true. So I'm kind of wondering, do the rules to PETA apply to fish and nature and whatever else?
Kind
I'm
of
sure there's somebody somewhere going, stop buying farm tilapia and get the fresh.
Well, this ain't farm. This is in saltwater. Okay, so fair warning for everybody that's here. I'm not going to ramp up. I'm going to put it right on the screen, and I'm going to play just a little piece of it here. So if you're
Okay, and let me pin your video.
you're kind of queasy, oh, you don't have to pin the video. I'm going to share it.
Oh, okay, all right. So let me go back to gallery view and unpin.
So if you guys are queasy, you might look away. But if anybody can identify what this is, I think it's a large rat.
Hold on a second. Let me put a disclaimer. Sunday Nights with Those Guys does give Curtis Dart permission to show his footage on here.
And I give those guys, specifically Lawrence, Novice Quads, because this is your channel, permission to use and visualize, or whatever you want to, whatever needs to be said for YouTube purposes, to preview this video. So
Thank you. Thank you.
all right. So here we go.
for the express written consent.
Yeah. This is it right here.
Yes.
Can you see the eyeball up front?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I can't really tell what it is, whether it's a fish or.
No, that's well, yeah. Believe it or not, because of those long, thin bones, that does look like some type of fish. And if you look at the slope on the head, that's definitely, well, wait a minute. Wait. I can see where you say the front of the face does look like something that had 4 feet.
Yeah, I can't
Let
tell.
me back up here. So you can see the eye right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. But who
But
knows?
it looks too big to be a mammal of that size. That eye looks like a big fish eye or something. I don't know.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
All right.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what it was.
I can't figure it out either.
Now, if you know a marine biologist or something, say, hey, look at this and tell me what it is. They might be able to say, oh yeah, that's a
Kalafana Nagodusha.
Yeah, we see that kind of thing all the time, you know.
So I guess I should here. Let me do one other thing, and this part's not going to be graphic at all. Let me.
And the other thing too, Curtis, is that shot doesn't tell how the demise of whatever it was occurred. You know, could have died naturally and laid on the bottom. And
this is where it happened. This is a public walkway or a public access way over here, and this is another one that's over here. So it would not be out of question for an animal, a dog, a cat, squirrel, whatever, to make a mistake and fall into the water and drown. So that was the first thing that was asked of me when I mentioned this to some other friends was, well, how in the world is a cat or a rat going to get in that water? And I showed them this photo that I took, and it's like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. So it's possible. It's very
very possible because there's no way for anything to get out if they were to fall in.
Right. And I, Timothy said in the chat, I need to put a disclaimer, and I do. I'm going to put in there a warning graphic, and then our graphic warning, something along those lines, and then in the description of it, I'd put in there a warning. But
it's not as if it was. We know it's a cat, and the reason why we know it's a cat is because there's characteristics there that show us that it's a cat, and we're watching it become what it is there.
Right. I agree. Now, if the crabs are going like this, plucking hairs and eating at the same time, that might be a little graphic.
And Lawrence, you kind of pointed it out, and I'm sure that you saw it too, Curtis. I've never seen long, thin bone structures on.
Right. That usually fish have
exactly
like that.
That was mentioned before. But do we know that's bones?
I used to study oceanography. It's actually a thin bone that fish have that goes on certain parts of their body. Now, this is not documented. I am in no way an oceanographer. I used to study oceanography. But we went to a high school where that's built on the water, and for marine bio, they used to take us out, and we used to have to go catch stuff and then bring it back and dissect it. So.
And you never seen anything like that in Jamaica Bay? Come on, stop.
No.
That lady's still out there.
Hey, Lawrence, from all the years of you spending all that time in the water you talk about, have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, I know that you spent countless hours out on the boats and in the water. And
here we go.
I did also find a pair of keys and 2 pairs of sunglasses while I was down there.
That was interesting. You know what? You're gonna have to buy a second submersible. You know that, right?
Why is that?
You're gonna need a backup.
There's one coming. I don't know anything about it.
It takes a while. How long does it take to charge the battery?
Well, that's the downside of this particular unit at this particular moment. When it comes with one charger for the base station and the sub. Mm-hmm. That the RC control charges via USB, so you just plug it into a USB charger somewhere. So the sub itself takes about an hour and 30 minutes, and the sub takes about an hour. The base station takes about 45 minutes to charge. So you're looking at 2 hours.
Timothy's right. He says he think it would be okay. Just you have to put a disclaimer at the end that for you soft behind people, don't watch it. Basically.
Yeah.
But see,
Curtis, how long the whole okay, here's my question is the submersible, how long does all that equipment go, or will it last using it before you have to charge everything again?
So there's, just like your drone, there's variables like current conditions,
and
how bright
water current,
depending on current, how bright you have the lights. I tried doing it without lights this time, but I almost get 2 hours out of it.
Okay.
On average.
2 more drones so that you can always have one in the process of charging in your truck, and then another one ready to go in the one you're using. That way you could continually keep going down, right?
Right.
There's one on the way that charges and does 4 hours.
Hey, what's up?
That boy. Curtis is stepping up.
What's up, Justin?
And has a robotic arm.
All right.
We thought you were sleeping, Justin.
I was laying on the floor. I couldn't get back up.
See, probably was.
He was waiting until I got done with the graphic footage.
No, I think you'll be pretty good.
The other part of the PETA part of the question, I don't think PETA will get upset with me about that. That's just nature happening.
Yeah.
Is there's a rather large, so those are small crabs. There's a large crab that's this big that is definitely trying to get away from me that I'm following.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Jack Sparky, Fran, welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. You could put that up. Sure, you might as well share it. It's drone related, and I'm
you want to see that too? All right, I'll show you that too.
My eyes are burning, bro. Hey, Justin, did you look through any of the footage you got?
No, not yet.
Oh man, you and Herman are getting soft on me. There was a time y'all'd walk in the door, put the computer on, and look at footage.
Like I said, it's football Sunday.
Yeah, I see you too. I see him. He's rubbing his head, but he's really checking the game.
I came home to watch the game. You're lucky I don't turn the computer around so I don't have to look away.
You said this one was trying to get away from you?
Yeah, he doesn't realize I'm there just yet. Hang on. So now he's trying to get away from me, and I start following him.
He should have turned back and dove on it.
I see Curtis. Get him off. Get him off.
See, Curtis is getting a new drone.
Control and run, right?
Curtis is getting a new drone with a robotic arm. He could be out there grabbing crabs left and right and having dinner.
Crabs are tasty.
They have a robotic arm for this?
No.
It's a new drone he's getting.
Ideas.
No, there's a new one I'm looking at.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Another company.
Oh, that must have been prop wash stirring up mud.
Yep. You get too close. You get too close to the ground, it'll kick it up.
Okay. Yeah, it obviously looks like he's trying to get away from you.
One you're looking at is with another company, or is it same people?
I can't say just yet.
Okay.
May or may not be.
Okay.
It could be any number of things.
Hey, what's up, Jack Sparky? Hey there, everyone. We appreciate you guys coming in. We do understand that on Sunday there are football games on. So if you see Herman getting a rubberneck like this, he's just checking out the game and or the score. I'm sure as football season goes on, you guys will be like, "Hey, Lawrence," and
So you guys saw that dirt I was kicking up. This is what it came out of the water like when I was done.
oh, after you kicked all the dirt up.
Yeah. I was getting too close to the ground. They say, they tell you in the instructions, don't, stop before you get into the ground, but I was getting some really cool footage. It's able to tilt down, and you really should do it that way. But I wanted to get some straight on shots, like, eye level with some of the stuff.
Right.
And got some really, really awesome shots. But the sacrifice is that you get it all kinds of dirty. So I ended up having to take, and these vents, a lot of people misunderstand because this thing fills up with water.
Right, for buoyancy.
Right. So it's supposed to fill up with water, but it's hard to get that water out. And after I drained all the water out, I took it home and you rinse out the motors and you clean all the salt out of it. You hose it down and everything. After it dried out, I could still hear sand in there. So I ended up having to take the thing apart, and I've gotten all kinds of dirt in there.
Wow. And there's no way. Well, I guess that's expected because even if you're going through water that's semi-clear, there's always some type of sediment in water.
Oh, yeah. So you're always going to hit something.
Curtis, that might be something you might want to tell Gladius, that they might want to engineer some kind of a cleaning port that you could just open it up and hose it out.
I spoke to them, and there is going to be a Mini 2.0. And in this one, there are 21 different screws to remove. And there's really no reason for them because the shell is just a casing to hold the motors and the camera and the battery. The camera, the battery, and the motors are all sealed inside the two plastic shells. So really just some quick disconnects to pop the top off this thing is all they need. And they're going to go in that direction.
Okay. Well, all I can say is I wish you luck in your ventures. And when you get that baby with the arm, if I give you any ideas, don't listen to me.
Well, and
I'm letting you know.
I'm still coming up there. I'm still coming up there with you guys and getting in your rivers.
Yep. When you come east, Lawrence is looking forward to going out on the boat, the small boats, and to go diving and everything.
I get on is a Staten Island ferry, and it holds 200 people. Right?
Little 2-man rowboat. Lawrence will be good to go.
Yeah.
You know what?
You want to see Lawrence have a stroke? I'm good to go. He's playing around.
Just gonna put that thing in the water down here, and somebody's gonna wave at him.
Oh, under the water! Come get me! Save me!
He's gonna see he's gonna get the jelly arm
like this.
Hey Herman, he's gonna get the jelly arm, right?
Hey Adrian, what's going on, man? In the chat.
Hey,
what's up, Adrian?
Not to change the subject, but do any of you guys watch this UFC and Bellator and stuff like that?
No.
Well, I was watching a fight last night, and this guy, he was throwing these leg kicks at this one guy. He kept kicking him to his legs. So there was one point where he tried to do this little up kick to catch him with his shin, and he came towards him, and the shin met with the bone on the on his knee, and all you heard was clack, and you just watched the dude's leg, the dude that threw the kick, watched his leg just flip around,
wrap around him
like jelly. I was like, and he just laid there with the leg flapped over to the other side. They had to come and turn it straight.
Oh, wow. See, that's what makes MMA fun. After a while, you realize, hey, what the hell is going on? What's up, Val? How are you?
Hey.
Hey, it's Val from Val's Life.
Or should I say Val?
What?
Val's Life, FPV,
Puddles
FPV.
Puddles. I'm sorry. Puddles FPV.
I don't even know what station it is anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? How are you, Val? And welcome.
That still comes on YouTube, Val?
Huh?
The Puddles FPV, that's on YouTube too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
How's it going? How is it going with that stream?
Oh, it's going really good. At night, I'm really enjoying it. I don't think I like going on every night, but I'm having a lot of fun. So, what happened to Drone Evolution?
Apparently, he's streaming online at the same time. How he's doing so says one watching, starting soon, setting up streaming. I think he's.
Oh, is that because of the streaming you guys had planned him to do the Sunday night, and he was already set?
But
No, I'm here. I was just checking.
Is that
Hold on.
I did click the link. It looks like you're getting ready to stream a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was testing something out for a game for Destiny. You know, the game I play all the time.
Oh, okay.
You could, if you had OBS, take the Zoom stream. For instance, Paul or Val could take this stream and stream this onto their channel. But you'd have to have OBS.
Yeah, I have OBS.
Okay. Well, question. Is OBS what you would call a FME, a flash media encoder?
I would call it a media player because there's no flash involved with it.
Okay, because they used to call stuff when you wanted to stream independently from your home, a flash media, so on. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I did a lot of walking
I think
today.
Philly disappeared. I know you sent him an invite and he was chatting, but then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably having to turn on his computer.
Oh, yeah.
Warmed up.
Comb his hair. How it is when you go to the pay phone and you got to put in $1.25 and you go chicken.
Instead of dropping coins in.
He's putting quarters in.
Never fear, Michael. I'm sure.
You know you won't be able to have that conversation in 10 more years.
What happened?
You won't be able to have that conversation in 10 more years. Nobody will know what you're talking about.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're all old enough to know right now, but
well, some of y'all old enough.
Some of you all. Okay.
Oh man, my birthday's coming up next week, guys.
Is it?
Yeah.
He says he's coming. He says he's coming in.
Yeah, mine too, Curtis.
Mine's September 12th. When's yours?
I'm probably the week after you, the 19th.
Oh, okay. Virgo in the house. Represent.
Oh goodness, that was my mom.
I want to get one of those T-shirts I've seen on Facebook.
But you guys don't get cheated. My birthday's in December, so I'm on December 9th. So
come on, stop it. We got back to school club.
my mom. My parents got married in December. My mom's birthday's in December, and Christmas is in December.
And you know what sucks about having a birthday in December? People who don't get you nothing on your birthday say, I got you for Christmas. Yeah. Then Christmas comes and you never see them. Or they say, I got you for your birthday, but I can't get you for Christmas. I'm cool with that.
My wife is February 19th, so it's Valentine's and then birthday.
Well, so Novice, Lawrence, your birthday is on the birthday of my grandson.
Michael is here.
December 9th?
Billy Drone Life in the house.
Then I know he's got to be the best kid in the world.
He is awesome.
Who's good?
He is awesome. Except for he has a double dog.
So Philly got a nice little accolade placed on him there. You want to tell us about your interview and stuff, Michael?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
No, those guys.
No, we are not, Michael.
So what happened with your interview and stuff?
Did I miss the drop? Those guys.
Who's got?
Yeah. look at Herman. He's watching football. He's watching a football game. Thank God I watch football. Is my screen frozen?
No, you're doing fine, Michael.
Because Herman's just frozen here at the screen. Okay.
Well, waiting for you to answer the question.
Oh, okay. I thought everybody, because I'm looking at the faces, like there's like a huge panel and everybody's just
They're
frozen.
staring at you. They were waiting for.
I don't know. Don't stare at me. Yeah. What was the question again, Curtis? I'm sorry.
So you had a nice little accolade placed on you, and you had a little interview. Did you want to talk about that?
And no.
Okay. Well, so much for that portion of the show, folks.
Okay. No. I want to talk. I wanted to hear it. So anyway, thank you, Curtis. Yeah, no, it was a really nice. It was a nice thing.
Temple University.
Yeah.
I'll start you out. Temple University.
Actually, I'm embarrassed. Could you believe that Philly Drone Life is embarrassed?
About what?
Like everybody's looking at.
I'm proud of you personally.
Yeah, exactly. You ought to be proud of it, Michael.
Yeah, now it's a little embarrassing.
Your friends are proud of you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now you got to tell them why they're proud. What happened, Michael? Temple University hired an expert, 100% famous photographer to meet with Philly yesterday, and
they took pictures.
Ooh.
There you go.
Now, hey, guys, listen. It was wonderful.
You was afraid to tell everybody
No, there's more.
that you met with a photographer to take a picture.
There's more. Come on, Michael.
Yeah.
come on, Michael, lay it out.
Well, I'll tell you what. I actually have video of it. While I was being a star, Sharon, for the first time, actually turned my freaking phone on. I can't believe it. Stood in behind the scene and was videotaping the whole thing. I can't believe it. And then when we left, she said, "Hey, by the way, I took some video of that." And I was watching it. It's about 3 minutes or so, but it's the really good part.
And then,
Basically, let me tell everybody. All right, I'm waking, and please excuse me. I just woke up.
Michael, tell them how the guy arrived in a truck with all the equipment.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not ready.
I feel like I need to jettison myself 5 minutes from now, because that's when the story will come out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Right?
It's like pulling teeth. I feel like a dentist.
I know.
You just tell the story.
I gave him the perfect setup. He should have just rolled right into it.
Before I choke you, Philly.
Okay. All right, I'll tell you. It's embarrassing, guys. I don't like talking about myself. I just like doing it. And then you watch it, and then we move on.
I'm calling Sharon. I'm going to have her.
Yeah, I'm going to call her too.
All right. Basically, guys, listen. Basically, all it was is because of the weight loss and all, Temple University decided to do a success story, and they picked me. So they sent a photographer. They wrote a big story for the last couple of weeks. They've been interviewing me, and they had a writer come and do a whole writer. They interviewed me on the phone for an hour and a half. I had to tell them about my life. And the writer wrote the story, and they said, in a few weeks, we're going to be sending a professional photographer to you and, deal with that. So weeks went by. I didn't expect nothing. And all of a sudden, this freaking guy calls and says, all right, well, wait, are you ready? And I'm going to come. So I'm thinking it's just a dude, no big deal. So we make arrangements, and I show up, and we were going to meet. Oh, guys, this is the exciting part. I found an awesome flying spot, an amazing flying spot. Now it's over in Camden. Now
Back to the story, Mike.
Those guys might have been there. I'm not, because Billy might have
thinking they would have been.
But
Squirrel.
that's
Squirrel.
all important. So we get to this spot, and the spot I picked, and he's like, no, I want the city in the background. He says, you have any problems going to Camden? No problem at all. So we go over the bridge, and bada bing, magical spot. And okay, and he said, go ahead. So that right there is good. And I get out and I walk there, and slowly, lo and behold, he starts taking the freaking umbrellas out, and the cameras and the lights and freaking umbrellas. I mean, huge.
You know, the flash umbrellas and the lighting.
Road cases.
What are you bringing umbrellas for, man? The guy starts laughing at me, but he's like, no, that's for to soften the light. I went, I know. And but that was it, guys. That was it.
Michael.
No, listen, no, I don't feel like talking. When I'm ready, I'll tell you about it. He just took some photos. It was great.
Michael.
It was a
How fun.
You're with friends now. You're with friends.
Yeah, but
And other people.
Those guys.
Mike, as long as they didn't ask you to take no speedo shot.
yeah, well, man, it was good.
Well, let me just say this on behalf of Herman, Lawrence, and everybody else here on the panel. Congratulations on your success. Congratulations on your weight loss.
I agree.
Really proud of you. You've done an excellent job.
And it was such a spectacular event that he was afterwards. People who were in the park came up and asked for his autograph and wanted to know who he was.
Who he was, and it was hysterical. Oh my God!
Did you tell him? Did you make sure they knew you did a live stream about depression
I did.
Treadmill?
Yes, I did, and
Nice.
I did share. I did. You know, it killed me because everybody was asking me for a card. You got a card, and I'm like, no.
You tell them you knew me.
Prepared.
You know what?
Prepared.
You know what, Philly? That happened to those guys today.
Yes.
We shot a car show, classic car show today. And more people asked me for a card, and not only am I pissed about it because Herman mentioned this about a week ago, maybe 2, and said,
A little longer than that.
nice to have some business cards with a YouTube link on it and or some other personal information.
Michael, what did your
link and an
manager
email.
tell you?
Well, you know what's killing
2
me?
months
guys?
ago, what did your manager
No,
tell you?
shut
2
up,
months-
Paul. I had cards, but I was so nervous. I forgot I had them. Sharon, I swear to God, look, I'm going to show it to you.
Now, see, I would not have forgotten.
Let me get this straight. Where'd he go?
I have cards. No one has.
How does he get nervous when this guy goes running down the streets hollering and screaming?
Yeah.
And he ran up on the new neighbors when they were moving in.
Oh my God! Did you guys see that video?
What?
His Philly Joe Life was flying on his block. Herman's 100% right. He talks about he's nervous, but he goes up to his neighbors who are moving in, who are obviously very religious because they're moving in with prayer statues. And
Oh, yeah.
And Mike goes, "Hey, don't worry about me. I'm the neighbor." He's filming all of this.
Yeah.
I'm
Put
the
the camera in
neighbor.
their face and
See, he doesn't mind
I'm
the
waking up.
interviewer.
I'm waking up. They were the guys. Whoo! They were the guys that carried the statue. Do you remember that? They were
Yeah,
carrying a
that's what I'm talking
freaking
about.
Buddha statue, guys. Saints and Saint Jehovah and Saint Joseph. And I'm like, hey, I'm your new neighbor. What do you think? And they're getting all pissed at me, like, yo, this is our religion. Calm down. And I'm like, no, I'm Catholic. I like that stuff. And they're like Saint Jehovah's, that the big.
Yeah, but can you imagine you're moving in and you're taking religious items out of the truck, and here comes this guy screaming down the block, "These are my new neighbors!"
See,
And
But that's a
they
card.
must be very religious.
Dude,
That's
look.
a really nice card.
that's his
I-
card.
Herman,
You do
Herman,
it, buddy.
look, I had cards. They freaking had cards.
Oh my-
I had cards and was so nervous.
Nervousness.
I forgot. Mikey Roach is in the house. All right,
You're
guys,
killing me,
listen.
Mike. You're killing me.
Exactly.
How did you forget? You are the same guy that, with no nervousness, you run up on the neighbors with the camera. You're running down the street, hollering and screaming.
Herman,
Or
listen.
you're on a treadmill, on camera talking. You're on a camera talking to people to my nervousness.
Yeah, but he's the one who does it. He doesn't want people doing it to him.
Yes,
Uh,
there you go. There you go. There you
However, Michael, tell them
I get
about
Michael.
posing
See,
For
I
the
don't like
camera.
that. See what he's doing? See what he's doing? I don't like that.
Now,
I don't
how
like that.
posing the camera guy,
I
camera
don't like that.
was telling Michael how to pose, and
I
Mike
don't
was
like
getting
that.
into it.
See, no, I'm uncomfortable. That's it. I'm out. I'm
You
uncomfortable.
getting
I don't
into
like
it,
that.
Michael.
Mike, take a deep breath.
You're
Take-
first to hit.
Mike, take a deep breath. Let it out slow. Woosah. Okay.
Nice.
Woosah. Do it 3 times. And I guarantee you'll feel better. 3 times. You gotta go. Yes.
I like
And
this.
then
Keep doing that. Wait.
what it is, Mike, you don't like not being in control.
Let's all do it together.
I like
Just keep it going.
Oh, you guys are
Now, see, I understand, Mike, that you know what Mike's problem is, guys, right? I can tell you right now, Mike does not like not being in control.
Oh yeah.
And the reason I noticed that is because I'm like that when I'm in a car with people who drive.
That's right.
If there was a brake on my side, it would get pressed more times than the
And a
person
steering.
driving it, because
And a
it's just a matter of not being in control.
But
Yeah.
you know what? What I get about Michael, he is the proverbial monkey. I mean, when he walks into a room, he brings the party. He don't want other people bring the party.
I don't like that.
Party.
I don't like that, Paul.
You just be there. The party's coming.
Oh yes! That's my footage? Who's got my footage? That's my ghost shit. Oh, that better not be it. Is that him?
That's
Is that
the US
Justin?
That's
Is that
the
you?
USS United
Oh, it's not me.
Now,
Who is it?
supposedly that ship was bigger than the Titanic.
Oh, get the hell out. That's the USS Enterprise there in
That's
Philadelphia.
the United States, man.
Yeah,
United
Enterprise.
States.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is, Mike,
Yeah, dude.
just soak it all in and take advantage of it. You got a story to tell.
Hard. I had them. There was people asking me, "Who are you?"
You mean
were
to tell me, hey, what's up, Mike Roche? We didn't forget
Hey
about you.
guys.
Oh no, this is about me now. I'm not going to Mike Roast. We're still on me. I'm woken up. We're still on me. Guys, listen. I had cars. I was the star for a few minutes, and I forgot I had cards. People were running up to me. They were going, "So who are you, man? What are you doing? You had a big
Should
show."
have said, I'm a
I'm like, "That's right. I'm the big show."
Join my channel.
Yes, I'd forgotten. I'm like, Philly Drone Life. I do it. I
Yeah,
was
don't
like
worry about who I
frozen,
am.
like Fred Flintstone. I was shrinking.
Michael, can I ask a question?
Okay.
Tell him who the photographer was, Michael.
Am I allowed to say his name?
Yeah, sure he is. He's a photographer.
Yes, his name was Daniel Burke. Big time photographer. Has done photography in the White House. Him and his daughter, big freaking guy. The story is for Temple University. It's for all their doctors and pharmacies, drug companies. That's what he works for. And this was basically to promote bariatric surgery and to say, hey, look, man, this guy was this, and now look at him. He's alive and he has life, and he flies drones for a living, and he
But
used
he
to
does
be
not have cards.
live.
No cards.
No, he has cards. He just didn't have them on him.
I know I had them on me. Yet listen, I forgot I had cards. I was numb in the brain, just numb. I was so
Like a deer in the headlights.
yes. There you go. I don't pull. You're pushing it. I don't like that. You're pushing. He's pushing there. Look, Herman left. Herman muted his CEO.
Herman might be
I'm watching
sitting
the
on
game.
couch watching football.
Yes, go to hell with football.
It's a commercial line anyway.
It's a commercial.
Oh, see, Mike's we're looking at football too.
No,
Else he wouldn't know commercials.
Mike, you better not be looking at football. No football here. It's no.
Well, see, that's one thing about having a live stream,
Hey, Matt.
and that's during football season. You don't want to live stream on Sundays.
Yes.
You don't want to live stream on Monday night, because Monday night football, you're going to be listening to crickets.
Yes,
Sunday
you're right.
night,
You're right.
people are coming in. Hey, what's up, Big Matt? Welcome in. People coming in, people are coming out. That's what you want, because every time they leave and come back, it counts as a complete hit or a complete view. So you don't mind that so much. But
Not anymore.
Monday nights are really, really tough. What'd you say, Val?
It doesn't count. They don't count it. If you come in and out, they fix it where they don't count it. So you can think.
Are you serious? They used to count it.
One time.
You could come in and out 5 times and that would count. They don't do that anymore?
No.
Nope.
That's why a year ago we were getting those big numbers. We were like, oh my God, 300 people came in.
Yeah.
Now this year's like 125. Watch, where's everybody? One time. You come in and out as many times, it's only still counting once.
Wow.
Well,
So your numbers are true now.
You know
As
what?
much as you have are actually how many people came.
What'd you say, Herman?
I said, for all your information, it is halftime. I was.
Oh, there you go.
That's why.
Herman wants to have
those guys.
I went to the bathroom.
That's why he decided to come back. It's halftime. He's got the buffalo wings and stuff over there on the couch. Which is good, right? That's what's going on.
You have like the 7-layer bean dip and
Hold on a
everything.
second. How did I have time to make wings when I was with you? And
Your boy could have walked in the door with him. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Hello, deliver the wings. Hello.
Yeah, your boy could have walked in. Your boy could have walked in the door with some buffalo wings.
Nobody got wings.
Race tire. I'm loving it at night. Yes.
Is it raining?
Wait a minute, it's snowing, Justin.
What happens when you first start flying and you fly by a train station?
Oh, is this where you had your mishap?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, those guys does not suggest flying in.
Ow.
What the hell?
It's
Recovery.
flying in the snow. There's a train station with about 1,000 volts above him, and there's a power line right there.
See right there, I grabbed it before it went into that pole.
Is that how you messed up your finger?
No.
Oh, that's a Phantom, man.
How'd you do that?
What, that?
Magnetic interference from the cars?
When he took off, behind him, Herman, is the Long Island Railroad.
Yeah, I get it.
Because if you look at it, look, I'll start it again. I took off between 2 cars, which is
no. Yeah.
Magnetic interference.
2 metal cars.
Went into Addy mode. The wind blew it.
Metal behind you, metal above you.
Yeah.
And electricity behind him.
Yeah.
About 1,000.
Well, I think the electricity was more to play than the 2 cars sitting there.
What happened is I was actually trying to go straight, and then all of a sudden it just shot to the left.
You know, that snow's coming down pretty hard too. I'm willing to bet that's also affecting the props.
Well, no, it just veered off. It went on its own. Like right now, I'm not control. I'm trying to control it back to me. It's just going.
Magnetic interference.
Man, that was like Justin. That was like a ninja move right there. Just reach out. Come here.
Yeah, they either catch it. That was catch it or get chopped the hell up.
When was that?
That was ninja.
like
Yeah, you got ninja skills, man. You got ninja skills. That's all there is to that.
I ran. And I was just like, no, I'm not losing this today.
Who said magnetic interference, Herman?
That's what was there between the electrical magnetic field that's behind him, 1,000 volts. Long Island Railroad. This subway cars are probably pushing 600 volts each.
Well, that's exactly what happened because I was over to Walt Whitman Bridge, and if you get this was a while ago, but when I go right over the bridge in my younger days, before I knew it was close to an airport, that's exactly what would happen. What happened to Justin? It would get to a point, and then it just flew away.
Did what it wanted to do.
Yep.
No matter which way I pushed the controls, it just flew away.
Hey Val, how are you on 2 different windows?
She called him
Because you
twice.
didn't have enough women here, so I went and decided to
Doubled herself?
Double herself.
So in the event that you do invite me,
Oh, she doubled herself. I like
to
it.
Val's Life Puddles FPV, I could get on my phone, get on my webcam, and then get on my daughter's laptop because there aren't enough men on your show.
Yeah. Well, Val, what you need to do is change one of the names over to Puddles FPV, and then it'll be Val's Life and Puddles FPV.
Speaking of, Lawrence,
There's only one of me now.
Oh,
What happened, Mike?
you need to get that dark side shirt off. Just saying. Just saying.
Dark Side. This is Punisher, dude.
Yeah, that's the Punisher.
This is the
Oh, is it?
Punisher. What are you talking
Is it?
about?
Oh, it
No
looked like. I'm
Darkseid
sorry.
there.
No. It looks like they got. Come on. Who's that? What's that freaking emblem?
On Batman, I know who Darkseid is. I'm familiar with the character. Yes.
No, I'm not talking them. On Darkseid is FPV. Come on. Who's that? What's the big on the FPVers? It's
Oh, you're
on the
talking about Black Sheep?
Black Sheep. That looks like Black Sheep, doesn't it?
No,
No.
that
No.
didn't look anything like their logo.
Mike,
come
your
on,
sugar's
Mike.
low.
Black sheep.
Your sugar's low, Mike. Have a coffee.
Team Black Sheep. All
Have a
right. maybe
coffee,
I need
Mike.
sugar.
All right, so speaking of FPV, I think it's time for an update from Val on her FPV build.
Yes, what's happening, Val, on your stream, and how's it going? And let us know what's happening.
Tell us all about it,
Okay.
Puddles.
So
Tell us,
thank you,
Puddles.
Mike. I
Hold
have
on, Puddles
have
FPV.
About it, Puddles.
a ton of parts now. I just ordered my LiPo batteries, and I'm going to use a battery mule to get them into Canada, which is Centauri. I got my frame, but I actually ordered another frame because I needed to have extra legs. So if I break them, and then let's see. Oh! I'll show you what else I got. I got so much stuff, and then I got a big thing of zip ties. I could tie anybody up.
You hear that, Hermie?
And then I got this.
I'll take
I
Michael
got
for the
my
block.
passport, so I'm ready. And yeah, so I'll be like, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
You
Oh,
hear that,
look.
Hermie? She's got plenty of zip ties.
Yeah.
And these shrink wrappy things.
They're cool. They're cool. The
You're
shrimp
gonna love
wrap
shrink
are
wrap.
cool.
Isn't
Okay,
that
now
cool?
I'm
Isn't that
I'm a
Val,
bit
just
I'm a
get
bit
them. You don't
confused
need
though
quads.
because
You don't need quads. Just put an iron to them and watch them shrink. They're cool.
I know, that's what
so
I'm
I thought you were going to be soldering and building this yourself.
I am.
Okay, all right.
Is that a
With five
No,
other
you're-
guys
but you're-
helping her.
But you're going to Canada and you're going to have supervision of building is what you're saying.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I did. This is what Herman, not her. This is what Pudding sent me. LP, Lewis P. So I did that for my soldering. I got like about 30 minutes of soldering. It's not the most interesting thing. I was going to put it up on my channel, but I was like, there I am soldering. So I have to do some more. But I started soldering and I'm doing good. So now so we decided I'm going to build it there because Kim's going to build his first quad too. And we're going to sit at the big table and just build. And they want to do it live. I think we should do it in clips. So we'll figure that out.
Thurston the Third's here.
Yes.
Thurston third.
So
Actually,
right now,
I need
that's
that
where I
hat.
am. And the only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't had time to do the sim. So I'm hoping that tomorrow is when I'll start having time to actually stay on the sim. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to get Velocidrone or just stick with Liftoff.
Well, to be honest, you need to get in the stick time, period. Why invest $20 when you haven't used Liftoff? I would suggest, and I am 100% at fault for this. We have to hook up a time where it's not too late.
I do completely blame Lawrence.
No, I take
It's not
the
my
blame
fault.
for it. I take the blame for it. You can
You don't
hang.
have to, honey. It's I just haven't I mean, I just came off of I think it was 75-hour work schedule. And that's what's been happening almost every week. But I have to do that to be able to afford all these parts and all this stuff I'm doing. So I'm
Now,
Okay, so basically what you're saying, Val, is one day I have to take a nap about 4 p.m. and then we just have to get on Liftoff after 9.
yeah, but now I go on. Yeah, but now
Yeah, we need to start doing live liftoff shows.
Yeah, and no, hold on. Let me pick up for Val here. Hey, Val, you said you had problems flying in liftoff. Right here, I can't fly at all in liftoff. So I suggest just get the freaking quad, put the freaking battery in, and fly.
okay, so I tried that.
What did
I
Centroid
put the
use?
battery right on this,
Velocidrome.
and then I had to put it on a stick because it wouldn't fly.
Just solder all the parts together,
Because there's
throw it in the
nothing
middle of that,
in
and
it.
put the battery in.
There's nothing in it, Michael. All she got's a frame.
You just, whatever you see a pad, glue a wire to it. And then plug it.
You know what? That's what I was saying I wanted to do. Because I have my mambo and I have everything. I just want to get it done. But the guys convinced me, and Mark was telling me probably better to have someone with me while I'm
Don't listen to him. No, I don't think so, Val.
When you're soldering,
I don't listen.
have you ever soldered?
Val, you see a pad, glue a wire to it. If it has
Have you
a
ever soldered before? You have a soldering test pad that one of those FPV chicks sent you. Just drop the gun, bite the bullet, and plug it in, and try not to burn yourself.
That's it. If it has a pad, you glue a wire.
soldered.
She's soldered. Yep, she's tied it on the test
If
board.
it's plus is red and minus is black, that's it. If any other colors,
I have this one that I'm working on, which is actually supposed to be something real, and then I have two test
Dispatch
pads
the
I've been.
fire department.
I actually, you know what scares me? I have not found soldering hard at all.
it's
It's
fun.
pretty simple. And that worries me because
The
anytime
bigger,
I
the
think
better.
something's that simple, it means I'm doing it wrong. But no one's here to go, what the hell did you just do?
Hey,
So
Val,
I'm a little worried.
Val, where do you order your stuff from?
And also,
Probably a bunch of
I've
places.
been ordering.
I'd like to
I've been
point out,
ordering all my.
Val, I'd like to point out a glob of solder this big is not good.
Nope.
No,
didn't
no,
do
it's
that.
the
I've been-
more the better.
Look
The
how
more the
small.
better. We're just melted on. You don't want it to come off.
Basically, I've been ordering from Pyro Drone, Crazy Quads, and
That's why I got my
Get
stuff.
FPV.
Yeah,
So
I
I-
get it.
Michael
Do they
Roach,
also
we're getting.
Do they
Michael Roach, we're
also
gonna get to you
sell
next.
fire gloves
Okay.
and fire suits?
No,
Fire
but
suit?
I did get soldering pads, so I won't burn.
Well,
through
just
everything.
just remember when you plug that battery in, you got to be
Run.
prepared to deal with it if all of a sudden it goes poof.
Well, see, if you get
I've done
what
that.
Justin has something called the smoker. Supposedly, if you hook it
Smoke
up,
stopper.
you hook it up when you plug the battery in, it trips the circuit.
Yeah, the light
That's what
goes
I
on.
am.
Good.
You know whether you have a short or not.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah, so
One
a
of them.
smoke stopper is something that I'm going to build. They're easy to make, so I'll be doing that
You're
before.
gonna build a smoke stopper.
Yeah, build the smoke stop.
You know what, Val? If you did that, I would like to see that on footage. Seriously, because people need to know how to build a smoke stopper. If you
You
build
need
one
to use
successfully,
them, so they're pretty easy. So we're getting all the parts, and I'll be building that. Probably one of the first things. So they don't want to plug in my quad.
keep in mind, Herman is an electrician,
You know
and he's
what?
giggling in his head. He's
Yeah.
laughing hysterically in his head.
She
Let's
can
get to
do it, guys. I'm telling this woman can do it. You don't know her. All you need is the will. That's it. All the rest falls in
I
place.
have
Val.
the
Don't listen
will.
to
I
the
just
guys.
don't have the know-how.
It doesn't matter. No know-how does nothing. Listen, if it's a pad, a wire goes to it. Red, it doesn't matter. You
Cut
just
the
gotta
blue wire.
wanna
Cut the blue
do it.
wire.
Yeah.
Colors are good.
In
No
the red
color.
wire, you never cut it first.
Hey, welcome to the show, Drone Life RC. And Jack Sparky. Yeah, if you've got some experience soldering, you should make some videos. We could all watch them.
So Michael Roach, how you doing?
This is
Mike.
Doing, cutie?
I had to turn away earlier. I saw some animals eating each other, and that was just disgusting.
Guys, what are you Curtis? Are you kidding me?
I contacted YouTube.
Well,
That
it's
was
Lawrence's
some
channel, so
cool
I'm not
stuff.
worried.
I don't think you like your fish video. That looks like a fish head to me, man.
Yeah,
It does? Okay.
right.
But it could
The
be anything.
bone-
I don't know.
The bone structure that comes out like that looks like it was a fish head, and also the angle of the slope.
Well, for reference, those crabs are about the size of my fist.
Okay,
Right.
well, if you would want to show the video again for those who have got
So what I saw
Hold on,
was
hold
a
on. You
hand
gotta
come
lead
out
up
of it
to it.
like this.
Yes.
That way, when Val's drone starts smoking,
Curtis, you have to put your disclaimer out there. Sunday Nights with Those Guys does give Curtis permission to show
Those
the
guys.
footage of his.
Mike Roche had a comment.
oh,
Those guys.
well, I'm
But
just
for
saying.
you guys that are a little weak in the stomach, Curtis was concerned that PETA or someone would get after him because
Right, I heard that.
it
Yeah.
kind of looks like a fish head. It kind of looked like a cat's head or something like that. But you guys decide in the chat room, and
Mike was
There's
asked.
Nemo. Hi, Gladius.
Oh yes, look at
So
me.
this is where I was, just and
That's
where
cool.
where it was located is right about here in the water in this area right here. So
How deep was the water?
It's a human.
it was 27 feet at its deepest, but that was a little bit further out here. Right here, it's about 12 feet, and then it was somewhere. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor or not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We
So
can
right about here in the center was where I actually found it.
Okay. So
The
those
reason,
viewers-
the size of the animal, I want to do a disclaimer here before anybody. The reason I think it's not a fish is because it's not beyond the realm of possibility for an animal to fall off here on one of these sides.
Right.
And be in this water. So, that was the first thing everybody said when I mentioned it to some other friends were, yeah, how's a cat going to get out there? Well, I wasn't out in the center of the ocean or anything. This is what we call the dead zone down here. There's a lot of oil down here. You can see the oil residue and stuff.
Yeah.
Sheen on the water.
Like most Marines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me go find the footage real quick here and shut that
I don't
down.
want to see it if it's a cat.
It's not. Well, you decide. If it is, go meow.
I can't tell what the hell it is.
To be honest, it looks
Where the eye
like
is hanging off of it. It looks like a fish.
it looks like a fish because of the strands of thin bone and cartilage.
That could be hair. That could be hair.
But if you look at the nose of it, it could maybe pass for a cat, but because of the angle of the head and the bone,
Hey, if I
It
throw
was
up,
a cat
that's
that
what
was
they
shooting
do.
up down at the dock and fell in the water.
We're gonna
Could be human.
We're
Come
gonna
on,
pull
Curtis,
the
put
panel.
her up.
We're gonna pull the panel at the end.
We'll pull the panel and
Right.
listen, everyone in the chat room, if you think it's a fish, put 1. If you think it's some other, put 2.
Yeah.
When Curtis shows it, okay? But
All right,
I
so let's
see
do
a
the other side of
fucking
this
human hand.
disclaimer. I give Novice Quads permission to utilize this footage on his channel, but
Human
when it
head.
goes, but you have to promise me that when I get the whole video up, you guys go watch it.
yes,
So check it out.
yes, definitely.
Because there is a
Okay.
lot more footage to it. This is just the questionable section of the video that I'm playing for you.
Very questionable.
Very questionable.
we question it at all times.
Okay, so
Okay. All right. So here we go. By the way, if you're squeamish and you can't deal with
Remember,
nature, by the way, that's an
one
oyster. That's an oyster right
remember
there.
one-
No. That looks like a fingernail. That's a
That's a
finger.
finger.
Yeah.
That's not.
If you're squeamish and don't like Mother Nature,
Turn
look
around,
away.
Guys, turn around. It's those guys.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's one for fish and 2 for other.
What 3? What could 3?
This is it right here.
Three
Now
is-
those crabs, keep in mind, he says, are the size of his fist. So
We think.
That's
Because
a
there's
thigh.
small crabs too
That's
around.
a thigh.
Well, I've got so in another part of the video, actually I didn't put that part in this.
That
this
looks like
video.
a
one for
possum.
fish if you think it's a fish head, or 2 for other, meaning cat, rat, or whatever.
Looks like dinner for someone.
What's a flip
Dude,
with
it's
that
a bunch of them.
eyeball?
You're right.
So I've got another clip. I don't have it on this video where there's a pair of sunglasses and one is next to that sunglasses.
But can anyone identify that?
Yeah, that's an upper thigh, guys. The little thing, the strings going down, that used to be the bottom thigh. That's the bone. So what you're
Connected to the
looking
neck
at
bone, connected to the fist
here,
bone,
you're
connected
looking
to
at
the pinky.
upper muscle that's connected to the
I'm
weak-
just trying to tell from the eye, the way the eye's hanging out, whether
That's the
that looks like a
point,
fish
Mike.
eye
That's a
or,
bone.
But if you
or a
look at the
cat eye.
slope, look at the slope of the head, but at the
Or
tip of, at
Is
the
that
tip
the
of the nose,
ventricle, or is that the ventricle of a heart?
It could, you know what? It might be. It's a heart. It's a heart, guys. It's a heart. Those guys are playing the
Well,
heart.
there's 2 other things I want to point out here.
I think I see a ring on the finger.
See this right here? Does anybody know what that
Finger.
is?
It's a finger.
It's
Uh,
a mollusk, isn't
That,
it?
Curtis,
that's
you
lips.
found my ex-wife.
That's a
Bottom lip of a horse.
geoduck.
The bottom lip of a horse.
That's a geoduck.
Curtis,
Or
Curtis,
gooey
you
duck.
found my ex-wife.
His
And
ex-
this over here and right here are dead fish, and one right here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why they call it
Hold
dead
on,
zone.
hold on. I want your boy, Philly Drone Life to see this. Billy Kyle just hit me up to let me know that he's going to Morris Park Canal, which is right here across the water in New Jersey. I figured I'd put it out there, Mike.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
See, there's another dead fish right there.
Hold on.
Michael,
You know, my boy Billy called me way before you, Lawrence.
So Matt says that's a fish head upside down. Let me look at this again. See if
let me just pull up the text.
You guys are funny. So I can't see the chat room. You
Yeah.
guys put 1 for if you think it's a fish or 2 for other.
Yeah.
And Curtis's concern was he couldn't show this video because someone may think that it's something that it's not. Maybe.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
anybody
So-
knows for sure what the hell it is.
Right.
Curtis,
Except for the
are,
fact it has an eyeball.
are you worried about it in terms of like just someone being pissed off at your channel, or how it will reflect on like the Gladius?
No, I'm not worried about Gladius or how it's going to reflect on my channel. I'm just worried
Right.
about people being queasy when they watch this.
Yeah, seems to me like a
You know,
simple,
there's some
simple
people-
warning.
Some people get queasy when they go to the buffet, but that doesn't mean.
Yeah,
True.
there's a lot of people going to eat these crabs later.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a vote on the panel. And that's true. A lot of them going to eat those crabs in about 6 months. Everyone, Big Mac puts 1 for fish. Phantom Flight, Philly Drone Life, and me. Ours don't count. Jack Sparky Friend put 1 for fish head. Fish head upside down. Drone Life RC. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Fish head upside down.
Yes.
There's Big Mac, like I said, 1. Paul Murray, Canadian Drone Hub. Roger, do they even have fish in Canada?
They cost too much.
I don't know, guys. That's a big fish, though.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. To be so far inland, you know what? My solution, my idea is that because it's in that little docking area there, someone was making chum. And they cut the fish head off and threw it in the water, and they kept the rest of the fish to make chum or do whatever they were doing with.
And they were going to go. Now there's an explanation.
Or like on the Deadliest Catch when they bite the fish head off and before they go on a trip.
You got to hide that footage, Justin. And by the way, I want to let everyone know, those guys did their first show / job today.
Come on, tell us about it.
It was really good. It came out.
It was good. Tell me about it.
I'm still waiting to hear what. Hold on, I'm still waiting to hear what Michael Roach has got going on right now. We've not heard from Michael. What's going on, Michael Roach?
I just been chilling all week. Didn't get in much flying or anything this week, and I'm just kind of like it's going from summer to fall here really quick up in Syracuse, and spent yesterday watching our college football team get their butts whooped, and which stunk. But and I'll be going to the games on Saturdays and stuff. But
so you're waiting to get all the change in colors, right, and the leaves and everything.
Pretty soon, because we've been having some chilly nights. So
yeah,
last year it was really late for the fall foliage. It seems like it's going to be early this year, and it might be beautiful. I'm hoping for some beautiful shots. And I'm just trying to get my checklist done, things around the house. I got to get some landscaping done before the fall and stuff, and then I'll be good to go for winter, hopefully.
Nice.
That's about it for me. I put a decent sunset picture up the other day that I took with the drone, and want to do a little more photos instead of just videos all the time.
Jack Sparky, thanks for coming in.
I do want to say, Mike Roach, and just in sympathy for your college team, our team has won both of their first games, and we have a new quarterback, and it's looking pretty great. So BSU, Boise State, on the blue, it's going to be.
Who did you guys? Who played up there by you, Mike? Where are you?
I'm in Syracuse.
You're in Syracuse, and you know what? It's funny.
Maryland yesterday.
Okay, it's funny. You're in Syracuse because my wife was looking at houses in Syracuse yesterday.
Oh, are you guys moving?
They're moving?
Well, we are, but we don't know where we're at yet. It's more. I don't know if she wants me to tell, but it's going to be more of an investment. We're looking for a 2-family home that has a family in it. So we're looking along those lines.
Trying to buy a family?
You can buy a 2-family house with 1 empty apartment, which is
they're called duplexes,
and with a tenant.
Yeah.
Oh, the duplex.
Houses with people in them.
Yeah.
Yes. This is America, man. What are you talking about?
I didn't know you could buy a house that comes occupied with furniture and people.
Well, those are
That's
called.
what I was
Those are
thinking. I was like,
basically
isn't that
turnkey. But
You
but
can
the
buy
objective,
anything you want.
but the objective is to move in to a place that already has an income coming in.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
they
I,
buy
that's a
taxes.
great idea.
So
But
pretty
if
much
really
covers
you
your
don't do
taxes
that.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Taxes,
Well, but
utility.
see, it's funny you mentioned taxes, Mike, because in Syracuse the taxes are quite cheap on houses.
Not on my house.
Compared to New York City, any place is.
Mike's house is worth 4.7 million. That's why.
Mike, if you
Yeah.
had not added on the extension dock to the yacht, maybe it wouldn't have went up on you.
Okay, they're actually cheap, but when you
But anyway, that's the objective, and like I said, we're just looking at places because she wants to stay within 3 to 4 hours traveling time of the New York City metropolitan area because she has family down here. So Syracuse is 3 hours from where we are now.
There you go.
Buffalo is 6 hours. I don't want to go way the hell up there. I don't want to go to Utica because Utica's 5 hours. So we're looking within the 2 to 3 hour range, just outside of New York, past Rochester, maybe. What's that, Herman?
They're
I see you chuckling already.
Buffalo and Syracuse. Both of them get cold as hell.
I know. And see, that's a problem for me with COPD, but I'll have to deal with it.
So you guys over in the Northeast are fixing to come into all those fall colors, though. So you guys are going to get all
Yeah.
those brilliant aerial videos.
Yes. In fact, where Mike Roach is and where Centroid lives, that whole area up there.
Well,
You can
Centroid
just
will be
set
flying so fast you'll just see blurs of color.
You can just set your drone straight up in the air and do a 360, and you have multiple of color.
In a half hour.
I have to go.
Hold on, Val. Before you go, we got to do a drop.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This way, we have a full panel here. Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys. Oh God, you guys do it so sad.
Thank you. What's that, Val?
That was sad.
They sound nauseous, didn't they?
I didn't even see Curtis move his lips.
I said,
Yeah.
All right, Val, come on.
Okay, Puddles.
Get everyone inspired, Puddles. FPD.
Puddles.
Oh, no, you got to do it for us.
Bye, Val.
Hold on. You got to do it for us.
Oh, we're gonna do it again.
You're gonna do it again. Val's gonna be the cheerleader.
Come on, Val.
So Sunday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys. There we go. For some reason, Val does it, and all y'all got energy. I say it, and y'all go, What the hell? Thank you, Val.
Love you guys.
Lawrence, yours was a warm up.
Good to see you, Val.
Guys, I'm interviewing on my show at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll just say real fast. Nomadic Bike. He's a really interesting guy, and then I'll be on again at 11 Eastern.
You do know
That was a cheap plug, Val. Cheap plug.
You do know by you leaving, Val, this is now the men's show.
I know.
Okay, I just
If
thought
you
I'd
want
put
some
that.
girls, come to my show.
I thought I'd put that out there. Thank you, Glennis. Val, we'll see you later on.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Val.
So,
hey guys, I'll be
Lawrence,
right back. I gotta
What's up?
take
What's
the
up,
old man
Mike?
walk.
you looking to buy? I know it's only a thought right now, but are you looking to buy in the city proper, or like on the edge of the city or the suburbs?
No, we don't want to be in the city of Syracuse. We want to be on the outskirts.
Right.
We're looking at the outskirts. I want to be able to say I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to go fly somewhere in Syracuse.
Right.
I don't want. I'm coming from New York City. I don't want city life.
Right. All right. Well, the good thing about Syracuse is so much. I mean, it's a dot compared to New York, and in terms of
but it's still 3 hours, and I can commute 3 hours. I don't mind.
Right. Right, but in terms of like getting out of the city and getting out to flying area, it's no time.
Okay.
It's really easy.
All right.
But,
Well, like I said, my wife is looking at houses. Well, now, and the only reason I got to let you know, she's what they call a senior collector. She collects on corporate accounts. Like if you're a plastic surgeon and you owe $150,000, her job is to call you, and if you have a book signing, she can stop that book signing until you pay that $150,000. So she researches everything. Before we went to Disney, she researched it for a year. Okay. And so, like I said, we're looking at stuff and
So tell her to research the new shovels that you're gonna have to get.
new shovels. Do you know what the new shovel's called?
Plowing equipment.
Snowblower 2000.
Snowblower.
I liking that.
Snowmaster 2000 with heated cab.
Oh, the brownies.
With brownies.
It's brownie time.
That's what we're
ice
talking
cream.
about, Herman. The Snowmaster
About not being able to
with
move.
the heated cab.
Wait.
With the heated cab and the coffee cup holder.
Yep.
Yeah, but Herman, when they want to take pictures for Christmas cards, they come up here
That's all right.
because it's all that beautiful snow and all on the trees weighing them down and everything.
But if
Guys, look, wait. See,
walk in the morning when you got all them aches and pains,
you guys haven't noticed Justin has slowly been updating his studio there.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed.
That's normal.
Last week it was the Infinity poster. Now he's got a shelf hanging up. And every time I come on, I'm expecting to see a little more.
I've noticed it. It looks great, Justin. Keep
Bookshelves.
work, man.
I still got the
Then he's
poster.
got the little rack with,
I got the
with the
same
racing
thing
drones. And
Posters over there now.
oh, okay.
Big
okay, the posters are still on the top. All right.
Michael said, "Big show."
Anyway,
Hey, can I ask? I gotta ask Justin something, please.
Why?
Please.
ask him because he doesn't talk much, but ask him.
Justin, first of all, Justin, why are you selling the Inspire One? What's going on there? I know. Now hold on, guys, because I'm in the research in here.
Hold on. What do you mean selling?
Hold on, Mike. Hold on, Mike. There's a news flash for you New York City drone heads that are watching and lurking in the background.
Don't be
Big
lurking.
Matt just put in the room. It's about to rain. He doesn't know about their meeting at Morris Canal Park.
Right.
Billy Kyle and a bunch of NYC Fibro drone members are supposed to be going to Morris Canal Park.
Correct.
Check the weather because it's about to rain. And Big Matt, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
If it's about to rain in Brooklyn, it probably already rained in Jersey.
And I was invited to shoot the tower, the 9/11 tower, just to let you know I was invited.
Really?
Go ahead, Mike. What were you asking Justin? I'm sorry.
Okay, so Justin,
Yes.
let me ask you a question here. Now, I need a serious answer because I'm in the lookings of a new drone, like I'm looking for a new one. Now, what is it with the Inspire One that you don't like? I mean, it could still now listen, it's not going to hurt the sale. Please, you got the camera. I understand the deal. You got the camera, and now you want to sell the drone. But tell me why you're selling such an amazing drone. Tell me why.
I hate to tell you, it's gone.
He already sold it.
Already
It's
sold
gone.
it.
Okay, well then now you can kill it. Tell me what's the matter with the drone? Why is everybody selling these freaking Inspires? What's wrong with them?
Lawrence, help me with this. You need to put up a night picture so we can explain.
A night
put up a
picture
night
of
The camera's not as good as the Mavic 2
okay,
Pro.
all right. I see exactly what he's talking about. Give me a second.
So I will.
Give me a second to
What
set
camera
this
do
stuff
you
up.
have on it?
What he's talking about is it just doesn't have the camera or the dynamic range that us professionals, you included, Mike, go for or like.
But now hold on though. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't that drone enable you to buy different cameras?
Yes,
You can
it
get up to an
does.
X5 on it, but the X5 is not. No, you don't want to haul.
Price of it is not
that
worth
stuff around.
getting there.
You don't want to haul the Inspire around.
Right?
No,
This is true.
But that's now. Hold on now. That if you've seen Billy Kyle come up to a fly with his Inspire 2, it's not bad, guys. If
No,
I
that's the Inspire 2.
Notice
It's
what you
different.
said. Notice what you said. Inspire 2.
oh, is it different? The Inspire 1's
Yeah.
different?
Yes.
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 This is
This
the only
footage-
picture you could get with the Inspire One. So now Lawrence is gonna post a picture with.
I'm trying to pull it up now.
Hold
Give me
on.
a
This
second.
was the Inspire 1?
Well, it's the same sensor. That it's a 1/2-inch sensor.
That's it? No, but what's the name of the
I
camera?
gotta get you
Wanna
to
ask-
shrink down, Justin. I
It's
gotta
an
get you to
X3.
shrink down. Thank you. Now I can go to the folder.
That picture's just straight out of the camera.
Yeah.
As an X3. Okay, so it's a half. It's
Image
a picture from the Mavic Pro, the first one, basically.
Justin, I'm pulling up pictures now. Just bear with me for a minute.
What's the flight time on it, Justin?
18 minutes.
Is that
15 to
18 minutes, or is it 12 when?
15 to 18 is what I always found.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I sold mine because I have the Mavic 2 Pro, and the video and the camera, the stills are just better. And then you factor in the fact that you got to haul this thing around. You need it in a case. I mean, yeah, you can. There's a backpack that's available, but then you're risking damaging the arms. It looks absolutely badass when it takes off and the arms go up.
Loaded, Justin.
And it's fun to fly, but that's it.
Right, it's
got
the
some
cool
loaded
factor.
here.
Yeah, and for $5,000. Yeah.
There you go, Justin. Hold on 1 second. Go to Drive.
Which just begs the difference. Why would anybody even bother buying them? Just to show up and look good on a job site? It's it.
A lot of guys do.
Here you go, Mike. Phantom 4 Pro pictures.
Well, that's yeah. I'm not
Pro. Phantom 4 Pro even darker. Phantom 4 Pro after it's totally dark. Basically, you don't get the same picture quality.
Show the one from the
for professional
picture that I had.
Now, with the Mavic 2 Pro, you can pull the same thing, but not from an Inspire with an X3 camera.
So what about the X4?
The X3 camera is a 1/2-inch sensor.
Correct. So what I'm saying with the drone,
but it's the same sensor on the Phantom 4 standard.
Oh,
you understand?
Gotcha.
And you're just limited without that aperture control. And Herman put me onto that stuff. Without the aperture control, you're just going to have freaking issues.
Correct.
You know,
I agree with that.
So if you look at this picture, this is the Mavic 2 zoom at night. Not bad, but that 1-inch sensor could do so much more.
Absolutely.
And then you add in the portability and the longer flight time.
Yeah.
Hey guys, listen, I've always said it. If you own a Mavic 2 Pro and a Mavic 2 Zoom, you got the two best tools in your camera bag for a drone, period.
You want to know what? I've come to realize I have a Mavic Pro. It's good. You can use the 1/2-inch sensor. I've seen great night photos. It's about making what you have work.
Correct. I agree.
I'm going to show you a picture that I took with the Phantom 4 standard. Okay. And it's because if you know how to use what you have, you can. Wait a minute. What the hell?
But you are limited, Lawrence. You know what I mean? Like there's just certain things.
Right here is taken with my Phantom 4 standard. And I've stretched it to its limit.
Right. In post, right?
In post, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the guys that don't know how to post?
Mike's all about post.
But for you guys who shoot in auto, you definitely would be better.
No. We don't shoot in auto. I mean, I don't shoot in auto, but what I don't do is take the picture in the Lightroom and start adding colors, or take my shots in D-Log and start adding and subtracting. Now, maybe someday we will, and there is, hey, if you go into the iPad, there's a little button you can hit that's auto correct, and it adds all that.
I'm lost here. Somebody else's video showing now?
No, this is me showing when I bought the Inspire. The guy left footage on there.
Oh, this was his Inspire footage before he sold you the
This is basically what he's doing.
Boy, he loves to test them wires, doesn't he?
What if he trashed it? You figure he's flying at line of sight, first of all.
Right.
Okay, and to be flying it that low at that speed, if he sneezed, he could hit something.
Yeah. Look at him out through the wires.
Flying between the wires like that, all of that looks cool until you cut your neighbor's cable and he shoots you for cutting his cable.
Man, he's all over the place.
He looks like Billy Kyle's cousin.
That guy's must be a good pilot,
or lucky.
Right, he's just thumbing the throttle and got lucky.
Yeah, because he's flooring everything. Everything he does is top speed.
It's like that saying, there's old pilots and there's bold pilots, but there aren't any old bold pilots.
Well, let's just say,
Look, you're just flying out.
but
Looks
hold
like
on.
Philly
Let's
coming in
just
for a
say,
landing.
let's just say that Justin saved that Inspire's life, because had it stayed with this owner, it would have definitely went for the worse.
Yeah.
I
Look at
would
him.
agree with
Oh,
You can see
man.
this by the way he's flying.
I think this is a case of he got bored with it.
Yeah.
I fly back, I fly forward.
I
And
mean,
he
look
got
at the
bored.
speed he went past himself at like a foot or two away.
Well,
Yeah.
there's
Exactly, but look at the neighbors on the
People on
sidewalk.
the street, yeah.
Look at the neighbors looking at him. Like,
that's
what the hell is Bobby doing now?
that is
He
not
had
safe.
to move out of the way. Did you
Oh,
see that?
right into traffic, dude. Oh
You saw
no.
that. He moved out of the way of his own flying.
Yeah, you never move out of the way of your own flying. That's too
I
risky.
mean, I personally think he's a good pilot. That's just my opinion, but he's reckless. That's not what's good. You know what I mean? I think to do that with all that and not hit anything.
I would beg to differ, Mike. I would have to say, if he was a good pilot, he wouldn't be doing what he's
You
doing.
wouldn't be doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
well, good. I'm speaking good in a different way. He's not responsible.
He's capable of flying, but he's not capable of using his noggin.
Right.
This is me actually flying it. So, what am I doing the same thing?
The Inspire
See
goes,
the
what the
telephone?
hell?
You see the high electrical wires with the helicopter balls on them, so you can see what a wire is. That's Sunrise Highway, right, Justin?
Yeah, that's by my job.
Okay. FYI,
Wow.
VW dealer. Well, that's Acura, but Justin's right next door to them.
You
So
sell
what-
cars?
What transmission link does this work on? Lightbridge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's it transferring back to you? You getting any skipping? What's your distance with it?
It was a lot of skipping.
Yep. A lot of breakup.
In my opinion, the downfall of the Inspire, I would love to get one too, and have all the top notch this, that, and the other, is the size of it. Like, nobody cares if you're flying a Mavic. They see that lawnmower go flying up in the air.
Yeah, you got a point.
Attract attention.
That's the same
Right.
thing I ran into. I would fly my Inspire, and everybody'd come up to me like, "You fly over my property, I'm going to shoot it down."
Right.
But as soon as I put the Mavic in the air, they
Yeah.
go, "Oh, does that have a camera? Oh, that is so cute. That's so nice."
Well, the
That
same
is-
thing. We were flying the car show today, and we didn't know if we could fly because supposedly there was a 100-foot ceiling, but obviously there wasn't. I flew my Phantom maybe at
Timothy, I know who you're talking about.
85 feet above the car show, just to show different angles and stuff. And I'm going to tell you, I did let the guy that was in charge of car show know that we might possibly be flying drones. You know what he told me? Just keep it in the air. In other words, as long as it doesn't drop out of the sky, we good. Okay, just keep it in the air. And that's all we did. I did a couple of flyovers. Everything else we shot was on the ground.
So what's the difference, guys, between Lightbridge 1 and Lightbridge 2? Like for Lightbridge 1 as opposed to the Inspire 2 that has Lightbridge 2. Is it the auto hopping and the
I'm
frequency?
trying to keep
it's
it professional,
auto-sync.
Mike. I have a great answer, but I'm going to keep it professional right now.
The difference is not Lightbridge 2, it's auto sync. It's a whole different ball game now.
Well, they're calling it what? Lightbridge 1, and then the other one is Lightbridge 2.
No,
Lightbridge
there's
2.
Lightbridge, and then there's OcuSync.
Yeah.
Well, they came out with an enhanced light bridge.
Yeah, an enhanced
Yeah.
Lightbridge, right? And that's what I'm
but
saying.
it doesn't have OcuSync.
No, I know that. I know that.
Well,
Paul.
here's what it does, Michael. You know how when you go in on the old drones, you used to have to select your frequencies?
That's what I just said. Okay, so it has auto hopping.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, the advanced, right. So but you can also still pick F5.8 and 2.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of close, but and the reason I'm asking is because we do kill Lightbridge, but let me tell you something. I have a volume. I have a version 1 Phantom 4 Pro, and
Right.
I did distance tests in Philly between my OcuSync 2.0, OcuSync
And
1.
when Michael says he does a distance test,
Trust
He
me.
does a
And it's
distance
on the
test.
Every
worst,
flight is a distance test.
right? And it's in the worst possible environments. And I
And a
gotta
battery
tell you,
test.
I gotta tell you, Light Bridge with a Four Hawks antenna now did not do now. And forget the antenna because everybody's will say, "Oh, it's the antenna." It really wasn't. I did it with the sticks too. It's not that much different, other than I could get about 1,000 feet further with OcuSync in the city, about 1,500 feet with 2.0. And the biggest difference to me was the freaking skipping of the video. That drove me crazy.
The downlink.
That happened. And you know what? And I hear all of you guys talking about this, and I live in one of the most congested cities in the world for Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G frequencies, super Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 7, microwaves, cell phones. I can go on and on, all right? And I fly a Phantom 4 Professional first version with Lightbridge. And I can tell you, I get around buildings, I get around wires, urban flying, and now I am using parabolic reflectors to
Correct.
direct my signal.
I
Okay.
showed you my antenna, right? It's a
I do
frickin'
use the parabolic reflectors to direct my signal, and
Correct.
I do not have an issue. I've been flying in areas where someone had a Mavic 2 Pro and lost complete signal and had to return home, and I was maybe 200 feet away from them. So I don't know what the deal is with Lightbridge. I understand it's supposed to be laggy and stuff like that, but flying here in New York City, metropolitan area, I have not had any issues with Lightbridge.
Correct. And you know what? You touched on a good point, Lawrence, because it is all about the area. You could go one area one day.
Though, if you're using,
I get it.
But hold on, Mike. I stress I was using parabolic reflectors to direct my signal. Now, if you're using your antennas like this,
I have seen a freaking patch antenna this big.
I have seen some breakup without using parabolic reflectors, but Herman was on the beach and took his quite a distance down the beach and back, and the signal did not even flicker once.
Then because he's on the beach, there's no interference. That's the only part I have with it, and that could be spoiled too, guys. Because we're here. Let's face it. If you own a Lightbridge bird and you own an OcuSync 2.0 bird, immediately the difference you see is the downlink is in high definition right off the bat and crystal smooth. You literally, this is how I've made my channel, by uploading cache. It's so good. The video is so good on the OcuSync 2.0, you can upload cache. Now, ain't going to look like your videos, the Herman's or Lawrence, ain't going to be like that, but it's in 1080, and yeah, you'll see it fuzz out a little bit. But when I put it up against Lightbridge, what you get is a skip here and there. You get blank, and then it comes back, and then whenever you run into like a signal issue, it'll blank out and then come back in. And there's always that little lag so when you have an OcuSync 2.0, you just become so spoiled and then anything after that just doesn't seem right. It's like
the only thing that I see, Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've flown a Mavic 2 Pro, I've flown a Mavic 2 Zoom, I've flown an Inspire 2, I've flown an Inspire 1, I've flown a lot of drones. The only difference that I can honestly tell you that OcuSync does better than Lightbridge is your video signal.
Yeah, the
video signal, because the first thing to go is your video signal with interference.
Correct.
You know, now I like flying. I like
with the Oculus.
Matt says wake up, but Matt also says, guys, Lightbridge one is 2.4 gigahertz.
I'm tired of this conversation.
Hold on. Matt has a very valid point here. Lightbridge 1 is 2.4 gigahertz. Lightbridge 2 is 5.8.
Correct.
And OcuSync is 2.4 OcuSync. One is MIMO with 2.4, 5.8, and OcuSync. The second is enhanced MIMO with 2.4, 5.8, just like wireless routers.
Gotcha. Thank you, Big Matt. So there you go, man.
Emo is multi-in and multi-out Wi-Fi. That's
No.
It's not only about distance.
If you want to call it. What's that, Mike?
It's not only about distance.
Correct.
You don't always want to fly a mile and a half away.
Exactly.
Confidence.
That's what I'm.
That's the thing. A lot of people all they care about is distance, even though they don't. That length,
because we're supposed to stay within a mile.
Correct.
But nobody, none of us. We all go past a mile. But
well, see, that's the same thing with racing drones. Right now, you have crossfire in racing drones. You can take a crossfire drone 6-7 miles out on a fixed wing or a 10-cell racing drone. Okay, but at this car show we were at, guys had cars that could do 150, 160, 200 miles per hour. You may never ever do 200 miles per hour, but it's good to know you can. And getting back to the racing drone, the reason we use crossfire is, who the hell plans on flying 5-6 miles away on a LiPo battery that could explode at any moment? But it's good to know. It's good to know.
No, you give me
Paul. But hold on, Mike. It's good to know that I can sit in my house and fly around my neighborhood and not have signal breakup. And that's what it comes down to.
And you're exactly right. When I do my flights up in Center City, I'm always 100% of the time, well, 95% of the time, within 3,000 feet, 500 feet.
90.
So, but
90% of the time, give or take 45%.
About that. It's about that. So, but listen, but the signal coming back is what I care about. It's like what Mike said. It's I don't care about going 17 miles away. It's nice, but I want a strong, steady picture, because if you can't see, you can't fly. Period. I don't care about anything else. I need to see what my drone is seeing in real time with as little lag as possible. That's it. That's all I'm just saying.
And that basically you're right, because that's the reason I sold all 3 of my Inspires. Because when I do my ship videos, you all know I do mostly moving ship videos. When I get out around a ship on the far side and it's moving at 7 knots, and all of a sudden the glitch starts, and I'm framing the picture, framing the video, and all of a sudden you can't see it anymore. What the hell do you do? I give up.
And and it comes back. I mean, dude.
And with AccuSync too, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. I love my Phantom 1, but the reason I don't like flying it, you'll laugh, and it was all because of me. It was perfectly fine with the freaking regular antennas. I used to use the parabolic things on it. I was fine. But no, Mikey had to change shit and put a big, gigantic antenna on it and open it up. And also now I got a flat screen television hanging from the front of it. And it's a pain in the ass to set up. It really is.
It's heavy as hell, isn't it?
Oh, man.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying, the setup, because now I got to wear the freaking back thing, the shoulder strap, to hang it from that, the television, that point it near. Now, once it's all set up, it freaking helps. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I love it. But it's huge, and it's a bit, when I could just open my freaking drone, be up in 30 seconds, and everything's compact. Come on, guys. Let's face it. You own a Mavic 2 series. You don't ever need another drone. I've always said it. I'm sticking to it.
All right. So when the Mavic 3 comes out, you'll stick with that, with the 2.
Oh, you want it. You'll want a Mavic 3, and I'll buy it. But you don't need it. You don't need it.
The thing is, if they came out with a Mavic 3 with an APS-C sensor, I mean, imagine that. A bigger sensor.
APS sensor? What do you mean? What's that?
The APS sensor.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I can say I'm jealous of the Mavic series, that they have the APS system. If they would have ever put an APS in a Phantom, it would be over.
You mean
what's the freaking APS? Are you talking about APAS?
Yes.
I'm talking about the size of the camera sensor.
I thought you were talking about the APAS system.
No.
For flying.
The APAS is nice though.
It is nice.
But how many of you have used it? Have you used it, Paul? Have you used it, Mike? Kurt? Philly.
It's
Not until I talked to Mikey. When I saw some of Mikey's flying, and I had to ask him, "How the hell did you do that?" He hit me with a little secret, and then I tried using it, and I like it.
Okay.
But so it's useful, Herman. He did a couple videos flying down a river with trees and shit all around him. I'm like, how did you? I mean, are you crazy? He's like, dude, I just threw on a pass and freaking hit forward. And I went, oh, he might.
It was impressive. You don't want to rely on it though.
No, correct. But dude,
yeah.
it was skimming in and out of freaking leaks and branches and trees. And I'm like, oh my God, the control is amazing. How are you doing that? And he's laughing his little balls off. And then he told me. I was like, wowzers.
All right. Well, I haven't personally used APAS on the Mavic 2 series, but the next time I get my hands on one, I might have to check it out. My only issue is
just test it.
What's this, Justin?
I'm just going through footage.
Are you falling asleep on this, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
show me some. I want to see her.
Don't know. They set up a series of white buoys around 400 feet from the perimeter of the island.
I want to see
It's been rumored since last year, if you cross these buoys, you'll get shot down, because they shot down an Inspire 1 over Ellis Island. I've yet to hear of any drones getting shot down, which does not mean Sunday nights with those guys are saying fly past those white buoys.
I don't see any buoys in this picture.
Well, if you
there they are.
His mouse, if you look at the mouse, there are buoys around. These buoys are for the ships to go around, and this was post no-fly zone Statue of Liberty.
Oh, okay.
Now it has 400 feet from the border all the way around, 360. You see the white buoys. Just about. Oh, wait, Justin, move to the left. Move the mouse up. Yeah, there's one right there. There's a perimeter that they started putting them all the way around, but this was post no-fly.
Oh, yeah.
Statue of Liberty. Now they have all of those white buoys circling the island.
Those are kind of hard to see.
Those of you who don't know either, you can no longer climb into the crown of the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
Why?
You used to be able to climb up there and look out. Now you can't anymore.
Have a boat, Mike, you can see them when you're out there with the boat. You're just not supposed to be out there unless you're on a boat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, geez. Now, let me ask you, Herman, on Wednesday, you going to be doing the show?
Yes.
You going to be doing any thing special for 9/11?
Guys,
I'm not sure yet.
Special. The 9/11 is on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
You know, we should come.
I'm not sure yet because the televisions are going to beat me up about it already before we even get to the show.
By the time you get to the show, everybody's going to be tired of it.
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
What's up? And is that the Eiffel Tower? I'm RC's Funds Diversions. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
It's like an air beating.
It's 6:52. Val's Life comes on after this. What is it, Paul? Val's Life and Puddles FPV?
No, that's at 11. Val's Life is on at 7, and Puddles FPV and Furball FPV is on at 11 o'clock every night.
I'm not ready to go. It's happened.
Well, RC Funds Diversion. I was
Time for the big show.
I don't know about an all-star cast, but there's a few guys on here that are that like Philly Drone Life that are a little famous, a little more famous than others.
Michael, there's always room for another big show somewhere, you know?
Hey, Drone Burn.
A really big shoe.
Big shoe. You want to go on at 1 o'clock. You and Paul. That's a good.
No, Paul doesn't do
the graveyard shift.
Yeah, the graveyard shift.
Late night show.
Who's going to do the graveyard shift? You, Mike Roach, Paul, and Philly.
I tried to get Mike to do it last night, but he was buffering like
Curtis
crazy.
could do the late stream.
Can't stay awake.
Doing the late night show.
Like most of y'all probably sleeping. You'll see
Herman and I were talking about that the other day when you used to watch the late show, because after that went off, you either listen to the national anthem or watch the color code on your television and listen to
the test pattern.
You're telling your age now.
Now
It's
television's
all stop
on
it all.
all night long.
So RC Fun Diversions, yeah, it is like Hollywood Squares or Tic Tac Toe. I'll take Drone Evolution for the block.
And Mike Roche for the win.
Right.
All right,
Oh, that's a sweet picture.
That?
Look at that dynamic range.
Oh, that's Philly Drone Life. See,
That's Superman's lair, man.
when you can see the rivets in a building, Mike, you're just a wee bit too close.
Yeah, no, that ain't my footage. What are you talking about? Who's doing this? Who? Oh,
I just said Mike. I didn't incriminate anyone.
oh.
I happen to know
It
that
could be
building.
Mikey.
You can see the lights on top of the building.
Let's see if we can get another burst. Can we? Come on now.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Billy Kyle and a bunch of NYC five-borough drone meetup members are supposed to be meeting in Morris Canal Park to catch the 9/11 lights tonight. In the event that they do not catch it, I hope they don't get caught in the rain and everyone does fly safe and make it back safe.
Yes.
I think Ken Adobo is also supposed to be with Billy Kyle. I have not confirmed it. The last text I spoke to him, I said, you know it's supposed to rain, right? And he has not gotten back to me. Oh.
Now who else is
coming?
Who else is going to be there?
Okay, Billy Kyle, supposedly Billy Kyle, Ken Adobo, NYC five-borough members, Eddie Nunez, who comes to the live stream, and a handful of other people are going to fly there. I did tell Billy Kyle, remember last year when we flew there, that you have to fly across the Hudson at a certain altitude until you get across. The Hudson River is very, very popular with tourist helicopters, especially with it being 9/11 and the lights being on.
Gotcha.
Right.
My perfect example is this right here.
Hey, Matt.
No, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
I'm sitting over there busting on,
Mr. Bum?
busting
Hey.
on.
That Paul?
I got an invite to go flying with Billy on the 13th to the 15th. Did you guys get it as well?
The 15th. It's the 15th.
Correct.
Yeah, I did let him know that it's a very strong possibility we'd be able to make it. But these guys are going to catch these shots right here.
Right.
Yeah, but you heard what I said, Lawrence. They said that lights are not on.
They said the night lights are not on.
Really?
I didn't hear you. You're saying the lights are not going to be on?
Matt posted this, and he took this an hour ago. No,
that was last night, though. He shot that last night.
You sure?
Well, I'm only saying because last year. Hold on. I'm only saying it because last year.
Remember those four of them F-15 fighter jets?
Yes, those are the fighter jets we saw take off from Kennedy Airport when you were driving me home from the car show. I'm going, yo, there's a fighter jet. And then you look ahead and you see 2 or 3 more fighter jets going into formation. But they were actually flying the Arthur Ashe Stadium for the U.S. Open.
So guys, are you going on the 15th? Because I don't know whether I want to go or not.
Well, Billy, I let Billy Kyle know he wants to fly to Palisades. The Palisades have 3,000-foot lookouts. The problem is there are a lot of endangered birds there, and the National Parks Department, which are feds, I've heard from someone personally there when we were trying to have a meetup, that they issue anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 fines if you're caught flying your drone there.
Lawrence.
So I let Billy Kyle, I let him know this.
The 15th I'm talking about.
The 15th I'm talking about, Billy.
The Philly.
Oh, no.
Let me interrupt you guys for just 1 second. I just uploaded that video that I've been showing you guys to my YouTube channel, and guess what frame it chose as the thumbnail?
That one?
Yeah.
No,
in fact, it shows 2 different angles of that same one.
The heart, the human heart.
Yeah.
Getting back to you, Mike, what are we doing, Herman and Justin? Are we going to Philly on the 15th?
Who knows?
I was under the impression that Billy Kyle, he had mentioned he wanted to come to the Palisades on the 15th and fly.
Well, he's going to a lot of places on the same day then.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but are we supposed to be coming to Philly? What's happening here?
That's what he said to me. Yeah, he said he's coming into town with Ken Dobo on the 5th, between the 13th and the 15th. They're not sure yet, but Ken Dobo will be in town. And yo, man, I want to, make sure, I want you to be here. Come on. You gave me so I was like, I took for granted you guys got a message first. I mean, you know him longer than I do.
I got it confused because I was under the impression that the 15th he was flying in the Palisades, New Jersey.
Okay.
And today he was flying the Freedom Tower because exactly 1 year ago, yesterday was Sunday.
Gotcha.
And we all flew it. Billy Kyle and all of us flew it last year, Sunday.
Gotcha.
Today's the 8th, and it coincides with them showing the lights and everything. I must have misunderstood. I'm sorry.
By the way, you guys do me a favor and jump over and watch the video. I'm going to put the link in there.
Yeah, I just saw your notice go up.
Put down the wing. Put down the wing. Put down the chicken
What
wing.
secrets are hidden under the water of Butt Inlet?
He's talking to Herman. Put down the chicken wing.
Put down that wing. It's not good for you. Rocky. Think of the Rocky music.
Underscope sketches. Okay.
Yeah, I've been hit with so many copyright things, and I buy the license to use the music, and I still get hit with I got tired of all that, so I just started writing my own music.
You know what? Herman and I had a discussion about this a couple of times, and I don't understand how YouTube has its own music library, right? And it says you can share the music. Well, the music on YouTube library, some of it you can use, a lot of it you can't. I know people that have gone to Epidemic Sounds. Me personally,
down the wing.
Me personally, I've gone to Epidemic Sounds, and their music is supposed to be non-copyrighted, and I got a copyright strike on YouTube. So right about now, the only one that I'm using that has not given me a copyright strike is Artlist.
Do not take another bite of that wing. Put it down. It is
the wing down.
The wing.
Anyway, look. It's 7:01, guys. We got to get out of here and go show Val some support.
Alexa,
no, we don't.
Curtis, behave. Behave, Curtis.
All right.
Mike, you're encouraging him by chuckling. You do know that, right?
I'm not ready to go. Come on. Could we do another couple minutes? Come on. Those guys.
Well, you can stay in the after show for a few minutes.
Yes, I know. You guys, come on. Those guys. You guys are famous, man. Come on. Let's stay on.
So, Mike, I promise you this week I'll have a definite word on whether we're coming to see on the 15th.
Yeah. Hey, I tried calling you. I need to talk
to my two constituents.
Yes.
Drone Evolution and Phantom Flight 101.
Yes. Make sure that Mr. Justin comes, the guy that talks so much. Because
I know, right?
Yeah, he's a big mouth, man. He never gets a word in edgewise.
No, you know what Justin's famous words were all day today? I'm like, dude, you look tired. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
What's going on, Justin? How you feeling? I'm good.
and also, I got some questions about that shirt that Mr. Herman has in the background there. Did that get made that quick from last week's show?
No.
Okay.
No.
So Michael, guys in the chat are saying you need to start your show up right now.
Yeah, Mikey. They're saying start a live stream, Mikey.
Okay, here we go. It's the big show live with Philly Drone Live. Come on in. Now all I need is a freaking intro. For the love of God, man.
Oh, I'm not.
No.
I don't have it. Oh, no.
Well, if somebody would give me the stuff to finish it.
Well, see, there you go.
Dude,
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's saying Timothy Huxell is also saying, let's move the show over to Philly Drone Life channel.
Yes, come on, let's go. Hey, guys, I got Zoom.
Are you set up for Zoom? Well, just start it up.
I'm set the hell up, but I'm afraid it'll just be me, Timothy, and you. That's okay.
Are you kidding? With your following, you're famous now. Everybody's going to jump in over there.
Listen, everyone has clicked the bell that I know of, okay?
Oh, the bell.
I'm quite sure if you were to start a live stream, Val wouldn't beat you up too bad for stealing some of her people.
Oh, she's got the all-girl show right now.
Puddles is
Okay, so Philly, you're gonna start a testosterone show?
I'm thinking about it.
We could have a testosterone show on Sundays.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. First off, I need to hire Curtis. Curtis, can I hire you?
Well,
I want to hire you.
I think you already did.
I don't know what you're talking about,
All
but
right.
I'm going to hire Curtis. I'm hiring Curtis to do me some stuff, and then let's do it. Yeah, let's do it because I want to be professional like those guys. I don't.
Who would know?
Timothy Huxell.
Paul's cracking up.
Timothy Huxell, hashtag we got balls.
I just want to watch and see the train go off the tracks.
It's like everything that Michael told us didn't ever happen. I think I'm in a dream world here.
What are you talking about? Wait, I don't know what the.
Yeah, there you go.
Dreaming, man. What are you talking about? What we spoke about not supposed to be spoken about. It's be help who thou shalt not be named.
You brought it up, Michael.
I didn't bring it up.
You did.
You leaned in the Michael cell into the thing. It says, "Let's do the really big show with Michael."
Well, but let's think about it. I gotta hire somebody to do me some graphics. I don't want to just do anything. You know what I mean? I want something. I want a killer.
Mike. I will personally send you a 64 pack of crayons and some paper.
That would work. That'd be good. Color.
Hey, Paul, for reference, the stuff for this graphics that Michael's talking about, the stuff we're waiting for comes from Michael.
Yeah, I know.
What you're talking?
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
This guy
Right.
got something.
Brent Nunley, be nice. We still love you, Val.
Oh no, Val said no. Where's she at?
No, Brent said Val down, Mike up.
Yes. She just wants a freaking break. Oh no, Brent said that. Brent, don't start trouble, Brent. Come on.
You know, the way the internet works is somebody somewhere is doing a live show. You're going to step on somebody's toes.
Guys, listen.
I also heard that somebody,
Paul.
I also heard that somebody who was
there's a live stream.
named was thinking about 9:00 Eastern, is what I heard. But then maybe I didn't hear it. Maybe I dreamt it, or maybe it didn't happen, or maybe it did happen. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. There's too many guys doing live streams right now. But I'll say the caveat to that is too many guys that are not interesting at all.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, I'm game for anyone who's got an interesting live stream, like those guys. I love checking this show out.
So
I love
anyway,
being on it and just watching it. Both.
I agree with him. Mikey's telling the truth. So here's
I personally appreciate it, and we're actually trying to take it so that when you hear those guys go live, or we go live out in the field, which we're working on, and we want to be able to stream out in the field. The issue right now, Curtis, maybe you could speak to someone or you have answers for this. The issue right now with going live is if I go live from this phone, Herman and or Justin cannot join in as well as you guys. Now, that's okay, but we need to be able to have more than one source to go live and cameras to switch between. And I just haven't figured that out yet.
Right.
But there is something in the works where we're going to be able to either go live from our drones, but we have to be able to see the chat room. Right now, you can go live from your phone, right, Mike? And then you have an issue seeing your chat room.
You need multiple devices.
Mike,
when I go out and do a live stream, I always take my phone with me. So I've got my iPad Pro, which has its own data plan. I go up in the air, but I have my phone set up on a tripod so that I can see the chat when people are talking to me.
That's interesting. Mike, why are you muted? I do not hear you. You turned your audio down because
the microphone.
You're not muted. Maybe you cut something off on the microphone. There's a Zoom app for Android. Yes, there is a Zoom app. I use it when Herman goes live, and I'm rushing home to get to the live stream. But
you're on now, Michael.
I can't see the chat room of the live stream. Now, I do have split screen capability on my phone, but it's a lot of hassle to see two little tiny windows as
Damn
opposed.
small.
So, guys, can I break some news here? Oh, this is hot, guys. This is big. Okay,
Breaking news.
Might as well. I might as well because everybody's coming out with it here. The Big Show, Philly Drone Life, has been working on his own live stream for the last couple weeks, along with Mr. Curtis Dart and my consigliere, which is I just use the consigliere just for like the pressure stuff. So he's in the background. You know, when things get to me, I call the consigliere. But for now, dude, it's going to be an amazing big show. So we're almost close, guys. Hang in there. We're just going to kill it, man. And we're going professional. We're going to do it right. We just got to find a timeline here to put it in and just a couple finishing touches. So hang in there. It's coming. And so hang in there. Anyway, the world.
You could do a preview test
show.
Test show without any graphics or anything. Just
tonight at 9:00.
A little rehearsing, Mike.
You could.
Yeah,
Now,
like around 12
get
midnight,
a feel.
just go live.
Get a feel
also
for how many
say-
people are going to show up and kind of give them a taste of what you're going to do.
And also, Mike, I know someone else who changed up and tried to go big on their show, and they're not being themselves anymore. And when you do it, man, just be you. Don't try to put on a big show.
You hear this, Mike? Drone Life RC
Yourself.
said it perfect. Polish the balls and get it bouncing.
There you go, brother. I like it. He's a guy like me. He's a guy after my heart. Gotta be honest, man. Straight up freaking honest.
But don't change, Mike. Don't.
No, I can't.
Don't
Mike.
try to like make it better or something. Just do what you do.
No, it'll be crap. I promise. Who I am, man. And at the end of all my videos, I always say thanks for watching my crap.
All right, can we do a drop before we get out of here, guys?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Sunday nights, let's do it for real. Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
We appreciate you all. Thank you all for supporting Sunday nights with those guys, Wednesday nights with those guys. We appreciate you supporting those guys, period. Thank you very much. And God willing, we'll see you Wednesday on Herman's live stream, Wednesday nights with those guys. Thank you all.
Make sure you get your asses back in here.
And I hit the wrong button. Hold on.